Hello, everybody. Today, I want to talk about our made-to-order programs. These are programs where we can help you solve customer challenges that might come across your desk at any moment during the day. We've talked in the past that Nourison owns multiple factories with a lot of different equipment, and all of that equipment is at your disposal. We have an Axminster factory with multiple 16-color electronic jacquard Axminsters. We have a face-to-face Wilton factory. We have a Pettypoint Wilton factory. We have a Chromajet applied pattern factory. We have a hand looming factory. We have a hand knotting factory. We have machine tufting factories. We have fabrication department. I don't know of another entity in the floor covering business with that variety of equipment, and all of that equipment is at your disposal to solve customer challenges. So let me do a quick presentation on some of the ways that you can take advantage of those options that we have in our assortment. So solving customer challenges is what the theme of this is going to be about. The first program I want to talk about is ReadyWeave. We have 8 16-color electronic jacquard Axminster machines. They use a 3-ply yarn with a subtle striae in them. And the beauty of this program is that for 40 square yards, 13.2 by 27 feet, we can make you any pattern you want. One of those machines is always threaded up with the 16 colors shown at the bottom of your screen, and we can make a very short production run for any pattern you want. Here's an example of one that I did in Toronto. This was for a customer in Toronto. They had an opportunity to do a historic building. The historic building had a 100-year-old threadbare Wilton on the floor. So they emailed me an image, and we made the field in this rendering. They called back and said, hey, it's a conference room. Can you design us a border? So we made them that border opportunity. The customer called me back and said, hey, Don, the room is 16 by 35. You weave at 13.2. What should we do? So we made them a map of the roll. So here's a pre-bordered 13.2 by 35 at the top. Here's a pre-bordered 13.2 by 35 at the bottom. And then we made them some solid color fill material. They took a single 3-foot cut and put one seam in the room. After they approved this CAD, they requested a strike-off. We have 2 ways to make a strike-off in our Axminster program. We can use our Kibbe machine, which is here in this facility here in Calhoun, Georgia. A Kibbe will manufacture a strike-off using the same wool that goes into the product in about an hour and a half, or we can actually request a production sample, but it'll take about 30 days. So here's a video of us making that Kibbe for the customer. You can see we can feed up to 16 colors into the machine. The machine is actually programmed with the design, and there's her strike-off. And that's the finished job. This is the installed job of the one that we just profiled. So there's a lot of other opportunities we can offer you in this world. Here's one where we did multiple area rugs for a well-known hotel chain. They wanted multiple area rugs made of Axminster that were hand scalloped and hand serged. And that's what we did here, this cool sugar skull rug. I happened to be in the cut area when we received these in the inspection area and took some of this photography. So we can make you multiple area rugs. Or if you have a commercial job, we can flood the floor plan. If you get us the digital floor plan, you put roll number 3 in the 5th floor elevator lobby, for example. So we can help you with those opportunities as well. Second direction and machinery that we own is machine tufting. We have low made-to-order minimums. We can turn them around quickly. They can help you simulate a discontinued style, or maybe there's a special request, and we'll go through some of those right now. So here's a job that we got in upstate New York. We had a to the trade showroom that specified this woven piece at the bottom of your screen. It was woven all flat, 1 row up, all flat, 1 row up. It was a blend of wool and shiny polyester. And what we did, it was only 35 yards. That manufacturer who discontinued this style is happy to do custom for a 400-yard minimum. This was a 35-yard bedroom. So what we did for that designer was we dyed some wool to match the denim. We took a shiny nylon to match the shiny polyester, and we tufted them a version of that woven piece, and we helped that designer save her job. Here's the tufted piece on the screen now. Here's another example. We may be known, Nourison may be known as a wool house, but we can also help you with synthetics. In this case, it was a nylon. The green piece on the right is was an installed product that was discontinued 30 years ago. The meeting room in South Carolina wanted to redo it again. And on the right is a sample made with what we call an M-tuft machine. We happen to own one of the only M-tufts in the North Georgia area. It's again outside my office here in Calhoun. And I'll show you a quick video of an M-tuft manufacturing the sample. Once again, in about an hour and a half, we can have a finished strike-off for you in this.
Any gauge, any size, right?
So we have a huge advantage in being able to get you strike-offs of the product you need. In this case, a tufted nylon. Hand woven is another opportunity. We are well known for our hand-loomed rugs, our new hand-loom broadloom, hand-knotted, hand tufting. We have literally thousands of people on staff that are hand tufting every day. And one of the advantages of that is there's no limitation in the number of colors you can use. There's no limitation on size or shape. And it's a lot less money than you might expect for a handmade item. Here's an example of a job we did several years ago. In this case, the reason we did hand tufting is number one, you can see it's a 24 color design. There's no machine on earth that'll make a 24 color design. You can see the designer actually drove us a little crazy, moving the red over here and the pink over there and the yellow over there. It took nearly a month just to get this CAD done. The other reason we chose to do hand looming on this is this rug is 36 feet square, and there's no machine on earth that'll make a single piece 36 feet square. Here's some photographs of the finished rug when we got it back into our warehouse. And it's not as expensive as you might expect. You can review this with your Nourison representative, but it just isn't that expensive to make a handmade product and solve this customer challenge. I think the retailer sold this rug to the country club for somewhere between $10,000 and $12,000 and made some good money on it. Special color, special request. For example, the one I'm going to show you is Snow White. How many times has a customer walked in your door and said, I want a paper white carpet, and you've torn your showroom up looking for one? So this is an example of that special request. This was for a customer in Santa Maria, California. They had a consumer that wanted a paper white carpet. There happens to be a paper white palm on one of our solution dyed nylon color palm sets. I sent the palm to them. We made a strike off, and that's the finished piece of carpet in paper white. I told the dealer, hey, it is paper white. Here's what our guys were using. They were using surgical booties to even inspect it. We had to clean and crawl through 300 yards of material to make sure it was perfect before it got to the dealer. Applied patterns. We have 3 Chromajet injection dye programs overseas. We've just added a photorealistic one, so now we have 4. We can print up to 12 colors. There's a 100-yard minimum. One of the advantages of using applied patterns is there's no limitation on the colors because we can mix up any color you want. There's unlimited pattern repeat. We can apply a pattern to 100% wool. We can apply a pattern to a nylon. We can apply a pattern to blended constructions. And here's an example of a job we did a while back. This was for a customer in northern West Virginia. The University of West Virginia has a runner that their basketball team runs in on. It was 50 years old. It was rotting away, and the alumni group asked the university to remake the runner because they wanted to have that tradition continue to go on. So we made them some runners using applied patterns. And then my nephew, who goes to school there, says, hey, Uncle Don, did you know your carpet is on YouTube? So apparently Nissan does some features on applied patterns, or no, on universities. In this case, they were featuring West Virginia University. So I'm not going to play it all, but I'll give you a little bit of an idea of how this came about.
The carpet. The carpet was introduced in 1955. Fred Schaus is looking for a way to market and promote West Virginia University. Showmanship, up-tempo style, that's always been West Virginia's tradition through the years. And having that carpet roll out there, it's kind of like presenting, your heroes. We'll unroll it and they'll start introducing the players one by one over.
So that carpet is 75 feet long, and as I said, it's a 100-yard minimum to do an applied pattern. So they now have twin runners. They have one in storage and one that they can clean. It took 50 years to reorder the first one, so I've got on my calendar to call them in 100 years for the reorder. Here's an unlimited repeat that I found when I was in the warehouse and we had some incoming inspections. This was done for a ballroom. You can see close up here, but on the right is the full width. You can see it's a multiple width repeat. So we can do huge rooms and huge patterns for you if you like. I hope that helps you to know all the things we can provide for you as a made-to-order manufacturer. Keep Nourison in mind when you have these challenges. Call me, call your Nourison representative or regional, and let us know how we can help you resolve problems as you're out there in the field. Thank you for your orders. Thank you for your partnership. We appreciate it.